Fortnite, this is a message to you directly, because, Fortnite is a fun, competitive, and creative online game where survival, strategy, and imagination collide. The game at its core is a battle royale featuring 100 players that compete to be the last one standing. But over its 9-year life, Battle Royale has turned into really just one piece of the puzzle. With countless updates to the game at this point, some good and some bad, there's a lot of opinions out there in the world, especially recently with content creators and competitive players showing their frustration about the game. So me, a Mr. Nobody, I thought it'd be a great idea to share my opinions about the current state of the game and what they must do in the future to ensure success. I promise I'm not going to pull clicks. Please let me keep my creator code. Now, I'm just going to get right into it. Just going to dive right in because I got a whole lot of things I got to get off my chest. Because I swear, the more I play this game, the more I want to bash my head through a brick wall. It's an unhealthy relationship at this point, and type cope in the comments all you want. I don't care. I'm going to ban all of you. I'm just going to ban all of y'all. Keep in mind this will be a multi-part series. Reason being is I thought I could fit everything into one video. Turns out I have more to say about this game than I thought, so we're going to break it down 3 different aspects of the game: the competitive side, the casual play, and the content creation side. This video will be about competitive. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say about competitive. I'm just going to dive right into the deep end. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Competitive has fallen off. This was competitive 7 years ago. You had the Fortnite World Cup.
Points here, but you want to play to the next. Those are the maps that he needs. He's still in the game here. He's going to go all the way for it, and that's the trade.
A LAN event featuring the best of the best players around the globe, competing for the ultimate bragging right to be the first world champion. This event is staple in the history of Fortnite, achieving still to this day the most watched competitive event, peaking at 2.3 million concurrent viewers. For context, the 2025 FNCS Global Championship couldn't even reach the 1 million mark. But why? I mean, look at the data. Let's take Ranked Battle Royale for example. The main game mode that has been fueling the competitive scene for years. January of this year, the average player count of Ranked Battle Royale was 20,000. And compared to the 350,000 exactly 2 years ago, that number is scary. That is a 94% player count drop-off. Now those numbers are from build mode, which is arguably the more popular mode compared to zero build. But think about that. Those numbers are based off of the most popular mode for competitive. So think about the less competitive modes. And keep in mind, these are global player counts among 8 different regions. I mean, if I were Epic, I'd be scrambling. But it seems like Epic's not doing that. I don't know. Maybe they got rocks in their head? Now I get it. Since 2 years ago, there's been many different new ranked modes to be added to the game, such as Reload, Ballistic, Rocket Racing, etc., which have been more popular than Battle Royale at times and can dwindle player counts of the regular modes, right? I get that. That's fine. But that sharp of a decline just doesn't make sense. I ran the numbers, and by using Newton's fourth law of physics, I found that this drop-off is significant. Statistically significant. Call me Albert Einstein. This proves that the game modes are not the full reason of loss of players. Now, I think it's a game issue among other things, but I'm not here to discuss that. This is solely about fixing competitive mode through core concepts, not gameplay ideas. Let's use our brains here for a minute. We know other competitive game modes are popular too. This then begs the question, why not do more competitive events for other game modes? I mean, you're promoting Fortnite to be this abundance of games, but bottlenecking competitive to one mode that can get stale at sometimes. Spice it up a little. It doesn't need to be anything big either. I mean, nobody's asking for Fortnite World Cup Rocket Racing Edition, but maybe by adding some small reoccurring tournaments, like a free skin tournament and Reload every month or two, a gun wrap tourney in Ballistic, and maybe even like a free car tournament in Rocket Racing. And maybe make this on the schedule where it's not too often, where it gets old and it doesn't mean anything to win, but also not too spread out, to allow something for competitive players to look forward to and work towards. And this could also bring in new players to these modes because it gives them an incentive to play. Second, I look at games like Rocket League, who have legitimate global leaderboards for competitive play inside the game. Why not add Fortnite's own, like total kills, total wins, maybe even total FNCSs, etc. Now, I already know there's gonna be some like 12-year-olds in the comments that are gonna be like, but DX3, there's FortniteTrackle.com. Dog, is there not something nice about not having to go to a third party to find all this information out? I'd rather have it in-game at my fingertips. Little things like this can increase competitive nature in players because they can easily see stats that they can work towards. And speaking of stats, the career tab is a joke. I mean, it only goes back to chapter 4 season 3. So basically anything done before that is not counted towards your career. Meaning what shows as your career is not really your full career. Which if you're like me and started out in chapter 1, that's basically 6 years of stats unaccounted for. In addition, why not add another rank? This wouldn't be a rank in between bronze or unreal. This would only be for the top like 100 or 1000 players in the world in their respective game modes. A level above unreal, similar to how Siege released the rank equivalent called Legend. Top 100 would be determined by the combination of wins and KD. Top 100 players should receive a cosmetic item with the respective rank they finished as, displayed on the item to keep for the next season, similar to the AXA Champions. And finally with competitive, and this one's a massive one, it is too easy to hit Unreal. The fact that you can hit Unreal by just having a pulse and a lot of free time is wild. I mean, how does that make any sense? When ranks are basically just a reward for logging hours, they lose all credibility. I mean, like, why am I grinding for something that someone with the IQ of a donut and the mechanics of a tree stump can also achieve? Look, I hit Unreal every season, cool flex, whatever. Why am I sitting in the same rank as Clicks and Peterbot? That's like saying, yeah, I can jog, so basically I'm in the Olympics. No, absolutely not. I mean, we've all been on a team where we look at one guy and think, how on earth are you this rank? And the answer is simple. Rank doesn't reflect skill, it reflects playtime. And I'm not saying Unreal takes 0 skill, it definitely does, but the rank is so oversaturated that it's basically a participation trophy at this point. It makes no sense on why 95% of the player base ends up Unreal by the end of the season. The skill gap in Unreal is the same skill gap between Bronze and Unreal. And yeah, maybe I'm exaggerating a little, but you get the point. When I queue into a match as an Unreal player, I expect teammates that also qualify as Unreal, not Bronze players wearing an Unreal mask like it's Halloween. It's basically every rank wrapped into one. It's basically rank potato salad. Shout out WWE.
Your promo potato salad, pal.
And sure, every individual rank has a skill gap. I know that. No system is perfect, but there are definitely systems that do better than this. For example, start by creating bigger separations between ranks. Plat and Unreal should not look similar in capabilities. Ranks should be based off of wins. That's it. Point period blank. Make it easier to lose ranks. Make wins and losses affect ranking up and down the same, so that it's an even linear path. But balance it to where if a player doesn't participate enough, they don't rank up, even if their team wins. This would look different for each competitive game mode, but for example, in Ballistic, someone might need to reach a certain damage threshold for it to count as a win. This method is similar to how other games operate to prevent reverse smurfing. And yes, I know that it's hard to balance a game with a lot of RNG, but there's definitely better options. And also, Rocket League has placement matches. These matches are based on how well you did last season and will automatically place you in the rank you deserve. Fortnite, on the other hand, will use the first game of the season to put you in a rank, and not the one you deserve. It places you in a way that forces players like Peterbot to climb the ranks, starting no higher than Plat. Respectfully, this way's dumb. It literally promotes smurfing, which can kill players' interest in competitive. Honestly, there's definitely more I can say, but for now, I believe that these differences can make huge difference in gameplay. It's simple or maybe not so simple things that I believe can make competitive a more enjoyable experience for players in this game. And it may even revive competitive a little bit. Please tell me what you think in the comments. Disagree with me, agree with me, leave your own ideas. These are just my thoughts, and I know that they're flawed in some way, but thanks for listening to me rant. Peace.